sure to click that notification bell, like, subscribe, and share. Drop a comment down below so when the dope content hit, it'll feel like it's the first and the 15. Welcome to the mailroom when you come in and take a look at your mind and examine what's in your heart. You can go anywhere in the world to get a couple of lies, but you come right here to get the truth, and the truth you shall receive. This is not a glorification or a glamorization. It's always an education. Get on the bus and let me take you to school. Let me take you to school. Shout out to everybody that's joining us. I wait a couple of minutes for people to jump in the chat room. There seems to be the Negro mindset is the most dangerous to the black community. He has a particular mindset. He is a low perspective taking. He has a low perspective taking. And what I mean by that, he is a person that he lacks education, he lacks information, he lacks knowledge of self. He is keenly focused on himself. He is focused on no other individual outside himself, and therefore he is most dangerous to the collective. I come here to this, I'm gonna tap into this stuff later on with this Peel guy and the G Uno guy, but I just want to just kind of like give you the playing field right now, because you can't. There's an enormous amount of people on the internet that's passing around disinformation, misinformation. First of all, Figueroa and Bernie is the host role. You went to the host role, bro. You did not go to these guys. You want to go catch some guys, go over there on King where the donut shop is. Go on Western, go on Vermont where they really are. Don't go to the host road where you got prostitutes walking around, or that little park you went to, first of all, if you really mean that. Secondly, you're the guy Peel. I don't know how we put King and Peel together. You can't put King and Peel. King is a king and a Peel is a Peel. They do not go together. Let's separate those two. Okay, Mr. Peel, you live in Atlanta. You don't know that when you come to Cali and you do stuff like this here, and I know you probably just information poor and underprivileged, and you have some hardships in life, and you don't really know what the real focus is. But what you really should focus on is being better, being the best at being better, being the best at being better. That's what your focus should be. But you hook up with a guy named G Uno. G Uno, you're taking on a identity that is not African. That is G Uno. I believe that's somebody else's culture. But if you want to go over there, go over here. That's strictly on you. I will not assimilate to a culture that is not of mine. First and first of all, I am handsomely black. That's my man. I am informed. I'm light. I am pure. I am kind. I am considerate. I am knowledgeable about my people. Therefore, anything else is secondary to me. Okay, with that being said, when you do these things, right, and then you get to go home to wherever you come from, Gino, I don't believe you live in Treetop anymore. King, Mr. Peel, I believe you're living in Atlanta. I'm not for sure, but I believe that's what my people tell me, that you're in Atlanta. Therefore, if you're causing trouble here in California with individuals, and then you're going to leave those real T-tops, and I'm not going to name them because I know plenty of them. You're going to leave them in harm's way, because now you created something that you get to go back to Atlanta, and the other guy get to go back to where he come from, because you guys have a low expectation. You know what I mean? Your perspective taking is very low. Your IQ is low. Therefore, you don't know how to determine social cause. You have no socialization skills, because if you did, you would communicate with the person that you communicate and stand as an individual. I don't never come on here and say, I'm bringing Santana, I'm bringing No. It is just me, and I am myself, because I know the severity and the complication, how complicated it can get if I come on here throwing Santana around, throwing around like I got this big old army that's ready to show up and do harm to other black people. This is ridiculous. It's chaotic. It's preposterous. It falls under the line of degradation, misogyny, misandry, all the different things that you guys use on the social media platforms, and you don't really know what you're doing. You're information poor. You don't really have knowledge yourself, because if you did, you wouldn't have tattooed your face like that. You wouldn't have ruined yourself like that. You wouldn't walk around with no shirt off and you're fat and baby oil. You wouldn't do that at all. And I'm not trying to assault you. I'm just observable reality. I'm not trying to assault you. I love you as a black person, but I just don't. I hate your mindset. I hate your mindset. I love you as a black person, but I hate your mindset. And I think that determines the character over all the other things that you have done. And I wish you luck, the best of luck, and much success if you just correct some of your language and you correct your phraseology and tonality, and you just grab things by the way you're supposed to be grabbed. Quit grabbing the bull by the tail. Sometimes you got to grab it by the horn. All the time you got to grab it by the horn. Don't grab it by the tail, because the tail, you wind up at the ass end of something. Opinions are just like asshole. They all stink. I have opinions, but at this time, this is what I call righteous indignation. I have the right to speak to this issue in the terms of the way I'm speaking about it. And I hope that you guys take this as a learning experience, and you take what I'm seeing, that you take a look around, because you don't want to cause trouble and then lead the people that you claim and hate, love, and you rock with. You lead Treetop and Horns Way to fight your battles, because you went over there hollering that. You should have went over there as individuals. That's how you should have stood as men. Stand as a man, and then everything else comes after, secondary. But with that being said, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I'll come back and give you more information on this low perspective taking, because that seems to be enormous. A lot of people on social media that has a low perspective taking. They don't have no social cause. They don't have no realizations, and they don't have no actual facts about black culture and black identity and how it should be purposely. You should have a meaning and a purpose by now. Both of you look like you're in your 30s and going towards your 40s. But if you haven't found that, and you depending on social media to somehow lift you up to the stratosphere, social media. Let me tell you something about social media. Those who control it can feed you, and they can also starve you. So just keep in mind. So find other ways and other opportunities to make money, and don't just limit yourself to that, because then you look like you're on social media as a desperate individual trying to cause conflict and harm to other individuals. If you want 4X, call him out independently. Don't put his hood in it. Don't put your hood in it. Get with him independently. Then it looks more better. But don't mind me. Just watch it. Church moving. We'll go ahead and lock that door. Peace.